question? Answer. I'm beyond happy when I'm listening to this. Ooh, cool. I've never heard it before. And then it goes descending with this kind of slide.
In my mind when she's not right there beside me, I go crazy 'cause here is where I wanna be.
Hi, this is Sage to the Stage, and today I'm breaking down one of my favorite songs from my all-time favorite band, Arctic Monkeys. The song's called Are You Mine? Now, for those of you that don't know, Arctic Monkeys are an English rock band formed in Sheffield in 2002. The band consists of Alex Turner, the frontman, lead vocalist, guitarist, and an occasional keyboard player, Jamie Cook, guitarist, Nicholas O'Malley, bass guitar and backing vocals, and Matt Helders, drums and backing vocals. Are You Mine was originally released as a single in the early 2012 for the Record Store Day in the UK. It was later re-recorded in 2013 for their new up-and-coming album at that time called AM. The album went platinum all around the world, and Arctic Monkeys won the British Album of the Year at the 2014 Brit Awards. Without further ado, this is Are You Mine?
I'm a puppet on a string, Tracy Island, time traveling diamond, could have shaped heartaches to come to find you for in some velvet morning. Years too late, she's a silver lining, Lone Ranger riding through an open space. In my mind when she's not right there beside me, I go crazy.
So that's the start of the song, and it immediately grabs you with this guitar sustained note and the fill on the drum. So listen.
I'm a puppet on a
Okay, so let's listen separately. Let's listen to the drum. One thing that I immediately like in the song is the fill at the beginning. So listen. And what actually makes it super cool is how Matt Helders is using the hi-hat. The way he closes it, it's actually a part of the fill. It's not that he's closing it just for the sake of closing it or because it's something that he's used to doing, but it's actually part of the fill. So listen. You know? It kind of mutes it. And the next best part is this one. So he's playing with the floor tom and the crash cymbal. So he hits the floor tom and then the crash cymbal 2 times, emphasizing the riff that's happening in the guitar, but he actually captures the crash cymbal with his hand. So that kind of gives it this muted feeling, and it fits amazingly with the rest of the things happening in the song. And let's actually hear the rest of the things. So let's focus on the guitar separately here. So as we already said, it starts with this kind of sustained riff. So we're in the key of F sharp minor, and that's the tonic note F sharp. And it's just sustained, and it sounds, I don't know why, but it sounds so full of energy. And listen to the way he slides the guitar. This is something that you probably wouldn't hear in the whole mix, but when you're listening to it isolated, you can hear it better. Now listen to the rest of it. So what's happening here? He's playing the F sharp 4 times, and then he's jumping to the subdominant and dominant function, which are the 4th and the 5th degree of the scale. And that gives it immediately this sense of going somewhere. So the chord progression is immediately evolving and going to the unsustainable parts of the, let's say, whole scale. That's nothing new in music, but it's very interesting how they're switching very quickly from the subdominant to dominant. Usually you would stick around a bit longer on one of these scale degrees, but here they're actually switching very quickly from 4th to 5th. So I think that's called a hammer-on. I'm not a guitar player, but it sounds like that. So listen one more time. You know, because you can hear the second note is not that loud as the first one. It's definitely some sort of a slide there. And the next thing is actually very interesting. So let me lead you through this melody. So this is what he plays. He plays F sharp 4 times. Then he goes to the 4th degree, subdominant, which is a B. And then he goes to C sharp. But he does that kind of a hammer-on thing, kind of a slide. And it sounds like this. Then he goes to the 6th degree. Then he goes down. And then he actually jumps an octave up, which is a very interesting twist. You would kind of, it tricks your brain. You kind of think that he's going to resolve back to the tonic, but he actually goes to the subdominant and octave up. So all in all, this is what he plays. And I don't know why, but that octave just makes me happy when I hear it. It almost sounds like, wow. I don't know. Let's listen to the drums and the guitar at the same time. The drums emphasize this, you know, they emphasize that F sharp, the tonic. And that's basically the intro. Now, Alex Turner's singing melody is very interesting because he actually starts on the fourth beat. He doesn't start on the first, and it makes all of this kind of intro kind of fluid. It almost makes you think as if he's kind of trying to reach for the strong beat, but he actually leaves that. It's kind of anticipation. He actually leaves there for the chorus. So when the chorus finally kicks in, it makes you feel excited. It makes you feel glad that you're finally back to the tonic and that you're back on the strong beat with the tonic. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Alex Turner starts singing on the fourth beat, and that makes it all crazy cool.
I'm a puppet on a string, Tracy Island, time traveling diamond, could have shaped heartaches.
So listen to them.
Come to find you for in some velvet morning.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Through an open space in my mind when she's not right
now
beside me.
1. Crazy, crazy. I go crazy. So let's listen to the vocals because they're sexy as hell.
I'm a puppet on a string, Tracy Island, time traveling diamond, could have shaped heartaches to come to find you for in some velvet morning. Years too late. She's a
so beautiful. First of all, you have this kind of lush reverb, which is also it has a bit of delay. It feels like it's a bit too much, but when you're listening in the whole mix, it sounds perfect. It doesn't feel overflown. Very important thing happening here are Matt Helder's back vocals, which are just an octave higher than Alex Turner's, and for some reason they just fill the space up, especially with that kind of delay that they have on.
I'm a puppet on a string,
so just an octave, but listen to the repeating.
Diamond could have shaped heartaches to come to find you for in some velvet morning. Years too late. She's a silver lining, Lone Ranger riding through an open space in my mind when she's not right there beside me.
Okay, let's go to the chorus. Now we finally have the bass guitar kick in, and another thing that I find interesting about vocals is that they have just a bit of that drive in them. So they're not completely clean, and because this is a rock song, it really helps them kind of pop up when they have just a bit of that drive there. So let's listen to the chorus.
In my mind when she's not right there beside me, I go crazy 'cause here isn't where I wanna be, and satisfaction feels like a distant memory, and I can't help myself. All I wanna ever say is, are you mine? Well, are you mine?
Okay, let's stop there. Ooh, this song has so many good parts, it's hard not to talk about them. So, first of all, when the chorus kicks in, we finally have the bass guitar. So far in the song, about 20 seconds in, we didn't have bass at all, so it starts here with the drums. So it just has that juicy, fat sound. It has a bit of that fuzz in it, and it sounds perfect. For this song, they couldn't have gotten a better sound. Listen to the drum and bass at the same time. How they complement each other. Just a perfect vibe. And we're gonna get to those fills a bit later. So the bass enters for the first time in the song in the last bar before the chorus. So listen. 2, 3, 4 now. So before that, you can't really hear it ever.
Ranger riding through an open space in my mind when she's not right there beside me. I go crazy 'cause here isn't where I wanna be, and satisfaction feels like a distant memory, and I can't help myself. All I
Okay, I didn't realize that part before.
well, are you mine?
Okay, so most of the time, the bass guitar and the guitar are playing the same part, except one or two small things. Let's start with the bass guitar. The bass guitar is actually playing kind of a variation to the riff that we have in the verses. It actually starts in the last bar before the chorus, and it starts with the ending of the phrase, so. But the phrase actually starts here. And it's just repeating. So what does he play? He plays the F sharp, going to the B and the C. So basically the same thing that's happening in the first verse. But Nick then jumps on the 7th and goes to the octave. So 7th, octave, and goes to the 10th degree, and then goes downwards. The same notes. So it's kind of hard for me to talk and play it at the same time, but this is what happens. And then you have this kind of rhythm that's repeating, like bam, ba bam, bam, ba bam, but it actually goes like this. And the bass guitar is just repeating that. The guitar does a similar thing, not completely the same. So let's listen. So we have two guitars here. So that's a little change there. So basically the same part as the bass guitar, just this one change and the third time that they're repeating it, I think. Now, okay, so this is what's happening. The bass guitar and the guitar are playing the exact same thing the first time, the second time, and the fourth time. But the third time, guitar is doing this small ornament just at the last note. So bass guitar is playing this, going to an A, which is the 10th degree. But the guitar is playing that 10th degree, and it actually sprinkles in a bit of that 11th degree, which is a B. The guitar plays something like this. It's kind of like an ornament. It almost sounds like something not really from rock music, but that's what makes it so killer. So let's listen to just that part. Amazing. So just a little interesting change to spice it up a bit.
Well, are you mine? Are you mine? Are you mine? I guess what I'm trying to say.
I can't catch everything that's happening here. Matt Helder is a freaking god. Let's listen to these isolated drum tracks.
Well, are you mine?
But this is my favorite part. Ooh, so that's a crazy fill. So that's my favorite fill because it's just done with a hi-hat and a kick pedal. And then he just hits that snare at the last part. Ooh, let's listen to all three fills. So just stoplets, but this one. Ah! I mean, that one is so good. I don't know. Let's listen with the bass guitar. Oh, the bass guitar actually does a slide there, a glissando. I've never heard it before, but it kind of sounds cool. Ooh, cool. I've never heard it before. Ah, this is why I love these isolated tracks. Ooh, awesome. Let's just listen to what the vocals are doing here.
Well, are you mine?
So Matt Helders has this delayed vocal
Are you
repeated.
mine?
You know, it sounds so cool, so lush. I really love these aggressive stops that the whole band does. It just makes for a great transition into the next part.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I need the deep end, keep imagining meeting wished away.
So just bass, drums, and vocals.
Misbehaving for days, great escape, lost track of time and space. She's a silver lining, climbing on my desire, and I go.
Okay, so this might be my favorite part of the song. Guitar player is taking 5, he's, taking a rest, and we just have bass and drums, which are, for me, always the fundamentals of a great song. If you have great drum beat and a bass that really fills all of that up, especially if it goes well with the kick drum, you have a perfect song. It's kind of easy to go build on top of that, but if you don't have that foundation, it's very hard to do anything else. So this is basically the best thing that you can even do. So what's happening here with the drums?
I guess
Just a very steady beat. He's actually laying off a bit. He's not playing the kick as much as he did in the verses and as much as he did in the chorus. So let's listen with the bass. This empty space is very important for the song. The silent moment. And I will tell you why. Why are they doing this? Because if they were to play this part as the first verse, the next chorus wouldn't have much impact. So they're dialing it back a bit here so the next chorus can have full impact. And it's just marvelous. This is what the vocals are doing here.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I need the deep end, keep imagining meeting wished away. Entire lifetimes unfair, we're not somewhere misbehaving for days. Great escape, lost track of time and space. She's a silver lining, climbing on my desire, and I go crazy.
Okay, so one thing that I've noticed here is it has a bit more reverb and a bit more delay. I think they wanted to have that kind of a spatial feeling, especially because this part was a bit, let's say, a softer part in the song. But Matt Helder's octaves here are so good. Misbehaving for days, great escape, lost track of time and space. And you have those kind of glissandos, which are so good. Now, you would think that there are no guitars in this part, and you would be right for the most part, but there's just this one little thing. It's kind of a filler thing. You tell me what you think about this. It sounds cool to me. So just an F sharp. It's kind of a tremolo thing. I don't know. I would never hear it if I didn't have the isolated tracks. So that's where it enters. And here. It doesn't do too much, but it's kind of cool that they didn't want to leave the guitar completely out here.
Lost track of time and space. She's a silver lining, climbing on my desire, and I go.
That's another interesting thing. This is a very easy fill to do, but it just emphasizes the riff because everybody is playing the same thing. And this is what I'm telling you. This song is so tight when it comes to rhythm and everything, bass, drums, vocals, the guitar, even the vocals are so rhythmically in tune with the song. Alex Turner is really a poet when it comes to writing lyrics, but the number of syllables that he uses is so rhythmically in tune with the rest of the song, it's crazy.
Time and space. She's a silver.
So simple, but they really emphasize what everybody else is playing here. So this chorus is pretty much the same as the first one. The only thing that differs from the first chorus is again in the guitar, another small detail that just makes the song even better. So it's an overdubbing thing. I don't know even if you can hear it. It's with the second guitar. But then we have this.
Are you mine?
Okay, so let's listen to the drums and the vocals actually for the first time in this session. I'm beyond happy when I'm listening to this. I mean, this is such a crazy tune. The vocals and the drums are, they're so complementing each other.
Are you mine? Are you mine? Are you mine?
Man, I don't know what's better. Let's listen to the drums. And now we're into the Brit section. I know that, Phil. Listen to the burst of the drums. Man, what the hell? That's just completely madman playing. What I love about the vocals here is that we have this thing called, in a musical sense, question and answer thing. Basically, Alex Turner, the frontman, is asking a question, and Matt Helders, the backing vocal in this case, is kind of providing an answer, although everybody's actually singing a question here.
Well, are you mine?
Question,
Are you mine?
answer.
Are you
Beautiful.
mine?
And just, a delay. Whew! And now for the absolutely best part of the song, no question about it, is the Brit section.
And the thrill of the chase moves in mysterious ways. So in case I'm mistaken, I just wanna hear you say you got me, baby. Are you mine?
Whew! Too much to talk about in this part, but let's go. Do I have to say anything more? I mean, Matt Helders is just completely going with the feel of the lyrics, which is kind of interesting. If you listen to his drums, it's almost like they're singing. I'm dead serious. Like, it's almost like he's playing the hits that fit with every syllable that Alex is singing. So now we're entering the bridge.
And the thrill of the chase moves in mysterious ways.
And now he's actually responding to everything.
Say you got me, baby, are you mine?
Mind blown. I mean, Matt Helders, dude. Let's listen to the bass and the guitar at the same time. I think they're playing the same thing. Okay, so the bass guitar and the guitar are playing the same thing. I love this bar before the bridge. How the bass guitar and the guitar are playing in the pauses of the drums. So listen. Beautiful, beautiful. This is just amazing songwriting. So the bridge section is absolutely amazing, and this is what they're playing. They're playing around the subdominant function mostly, and they're entering to the subdominant by going from the 7th and the 5th degree to the 4th degree, which is the subdominant. So tonic, 3rd degree, 4th degree, and then they end with the familiar line, the descending line. So basically, they have the 7th degree, 5th degree to the 4th degree, which is the subdominant. They go to the 5th degree, to the 6th degree, for one note back to the 5th degree, then tonic, 2nd, 3rd, and that 3rd is really amazing. It really gives it a different dark feeling. And then they go to the subdominant, which is where the bridge started. Dominant, and then they go to this descending line. So let's listen one more time without the drums. The third, really dark. Fourth. I don't know. I love the bridge so much. Bass guitar and the vocals.
And the thrill of the chase moves in mysterious ways. So in case I'm mistaken, I just wanna hear you say you got me, baby, are you mine?
I mean, this is a perfect song. I really love this song. Let's listen to the solo, which is kind of an unusual song.
Are you mine?
So why do I say that this is an unusual solo? Because it's not just your typical guitar solo. This is a guitar solo that's consisted of one guitar that has a main line, then the second guitar that kind of answers the first line, and the bass guitar that answers the whole thing. It's Arctic Monkeys. I mean, crazy. So the first guitar, everybody answers. Still the first guitar. Second guitar, bass. So let's break that up. Let's listen just to the guitar and you will get a better understanding. And what's interesting, you have these two electric guitars. The one is panned completely to the left. So if you're listening to the song on the speakers or on a good set of headphones, you will hear only one guitar in your left speaker or left headphone, and you will only hear one guitar in the right headphone. And the bass guitar, I think, is somewhere in the middle. Let me listen one more time. So left, right, left, right. And let me hear where the bass drops there. So the bass is somewhere in the middle and a bit to the right. Crazy. Okay, so I figured out the solo. It starts on a subdominant, wouldn't you know it, on a B, and it basically goes ascending on a pentatonic scale. And then it goes ascending with this kind of slide. And then they answer with the tonic. And then the first guitar actually plays this kind of a, I don't know, vibrato, a trill, basically. And the second guitar responds with, and the bass finally responds with the. So all in all, it sounds like. Too much happening, but crazy cool. Vocals?
Ranger riding through an open space. In my mind when she's not right there beside me, I go crazy, 'cause here isn't where I wanna be. And satisfaction feels like a distant memory. And I can't help myself, alright. Wanna hear her say, is are you mine? Well, are you mine?
Okay, so most of the chorus is the same as the first two, but the vocals are doing something a bit differently. So let's listen.
Crazy, 'cause here isn't where I wanna be. And satisfaction feels like a distant memory. And I can't help myself, all I wanna hear her say is, are you mine?
Basically, we have just a bit more of Matt Helder's vocals here. And what I've noticed, and I don't know if any of you have noticed before, the single version and the studio version are not completely the same. So the AM version, the one that's actually on the album, has a lot more backing vocals, or at least they're more audible, especially in the last part. There are definitely more of them. And another thing is in the AM version, you have this thing that they actually play live, where the guitar is doubling what Alex is singing at the end. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's listen to what the guitar is playing here, because I think the guitar is the only one that's actually doing something different. This is the same. Okay, that's different. Okay, so we have a bit of doubling where the second guitar or the third guitar even here that's recorded is doing something different than what the rest of the band is playing. Playing the 5th and the 6th degree repeatingly. Here. Kind of flexing. Let's listen to the rest of the band. So Matt Helders is playing the drum fill here for the whole bar. This is the first time that he's doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, usually he was just playing for the third and the fourth beat, but this time he's playing the whole bar. And this is the part that's different in the AM version opposed to the single version. So basically, the guitar is doubling what the backing vocals are singing. Are You Mine Tomorrow? And if we go and listen to this single version, which has a music video, you will hear that that's not there. You know? If it is there, it's really quieter than the AM version. And this is the first time that we have the guitar actually strumming the power chord so much. So what they're playing here is actually the 1st, the 3rd, and the 4th degree. Then they play the 1st, the 3rd, the 4th, go to the 5th. The 3rd time they play the 1st, 3rd, 4th. They go to the 7th degree. And then they, I think, just end with the phrase that they played before. So this is what they do. A bit of a different ending. So this is what they're playing. Tonic, 3rd, 4th, 5th. And now they're playing something different. I need to figure this one out. So it usually goes like this. But here it actually goes something like this. So just a bit of change. And I think I even hear a bit of that metronome when they were recording things. It somehow got a bit leaked into there. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, share with your friends, consider subscribing and hit that bell to get notified about my next videos. If you want to support the channel in some way, consider becoming part of my Patreon page because that's where everything is happening. You get to see these videos for anybody else and you also get entitled to some other amazing perks. If you want to do a one-time donation, consider treating me to a cup of coffee with a link in the description. And what can I say? You have an amazing taste in music and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.